Welcome, everybody, to Cup with Gup, Wednesday edition, PGA Movers and Shakers for the Valero Texas Open. It is a beautiful, sunny Wednesday afternoon here in Oklahoma. Looking forward to this tournament and this week. I know we got to curb the excitement for the Masters, pricing released early, all that. Plenty of coverage to come for that. MLB opening day tomorrow. We're excited about that. Todd's doing a great job getting all the information out early. So you guys can soak that up. Big NASCAR week last week. Another one, I think this week is actually a break, if I'm not mistaken. But we got everything NASCAR covered, UFC covered, MLB, football here in the fall, and then, of course, golf. While you guys are here, use the code MASTERS. Get 30% off, and that includes a free 7-day trial. So if you want to come check us out, today is the best day to do it because you'll get all the way through Wednesday at the Masters. So if you kind of want to test the waters this week with Valero, I'll have Showdown covered every night. Best Showdown coverage in the industry. And then next week you'll get and we'll start doing Master stuff probably as early as tomorrow. I'll do some things all the way through Wednesday, and it's all free. So you get, if you don't like it, cancel before the 7 days is up. No harm, no foul. At least you got to check us out for a week. You do get access to our premium chat room, the over in Slack. So, nothing to lose, really. Probably the best week of the year to join with the way everything lined up with the Masters, MLB getting started, and then get a little taste with the Valero Texas Open. Listener League is in the link of this audio pod. Let's get that filled up. We have less than 100 spots. As soon as it fills, I will release the Masters Listener League. We have 700 spots for the Masters, our biggest ever. Really going to push on you guys to fill that, show DK what we're about. It's almost a $5,000 pot, limited rake, but we got to get the Valero one filled. So do me a favor, click on that link in the description and get your spots reserved. You can also use Masters for 30% off any merchandise, including the GC combo, swag pack if you want, or anything in the store. HV3, we're almost out of those. As soon as those sell out, we'll be sending a donation to the HV3 Foundation. We keep no profits on that. All that's going to go to the HV3 Foundation, so come help us out there. YouTube comment winners this week, Scotty Knipp and Michael Carter. You each get a GC swag combo pack. DM me on Twitter or Slack if you're members, and I'll get you set up there. Updates on this week. Certainly some what appears to be, and I just released final thoughts as well if you're a premium member, so you can go check all the deep dive out. Some very concentrated ownership among about 16 to 18 guys. No one too far owned, but all those guys I think could be within 16 to 20%. So a lot of lineups are going to contain those. So we got to do our best to differentiate that, but we don't have to avoid all of it. It's almost impossible to, unless you just, fade all of them, which is, I guess you could, but not unlikely. So, for me, the best way to do is I like to eliminate 2 to 3 key pieces out of that pretty much separates myself from the majority of the field. I've always said, and I say this in Slack all the time, if you leave $200 on the table, you're going to be different than 90-something%, probably 95% of the field anyways, because most people use full salary or 49.9. That just makes it easy in itself. You don't have to worry about the dupes or anything like that. I am playing more the 10K range than I thought on Monday, just because of how the ownership has moved in the 9K range, and some of the 8K range is kind of in itself, got plenty of targeted ownership. So I don't mind playing some of that 10K. I probably wouldn't play all 4 if I was you, depending on how many lineups you're building. I'll probably pick 3 of the 4 out there. I've kind of listed my core and all that in the Glorious Nucleus, so you premium subs know who I'm on in that area. But I'm, as I thought it was going to be different to fade that range, it's really not. It's kind of everybody's more balanced. I think Jordan will still have his ownership. Finau, of course, he's always owned. Matsu will be the lowest. None of that's really changed, but because of such high ownership on Connors, Hoffman, Tringali, Answer, Keegan, then even down the 7K, a little bit on Gim, HV3, you can be different, by just getting a little bit different combinations in there. And with all this concentrated ownership within, 16 to 18 guys or so, several great leverage spots this week to take advantage of. and make your lineups different. Remember, you don't have to fade all the chalk. Each lineup in itself just has to be a little unique. You don't have to like fade everything. I think too many people make that mistake more often than not. Moved up for me since Monday. Tom Lewis really climbed my ladder. He was in the, I talked about him on Monday, but I really like him this week. I'm high on him. I think he's going to have a good week. He's climbed almost to my top 10 in my final rankings. So at 6,800, I really like him. Glover, great striker of the ball. Good history here. He had a 14th, I believe. Let me widen this out just a little bit. Yeah, 14th in 2019. Coming in with pretty good form. We talked about him on Monday a little bit, but he just kind of moved up more into that core level for me since Monday. And then Spieth. I was kind of wishy-washy him on Monday. I'm going to play Spieth. I don't mind being on him. I don't think he's going to be too high owned. He's going to be up there, but you can make your decision between the Connors, Hoffman, Spieth, Answers, Keegan, cut 2 of those 5 out and you're fine. You don't have to fade all of them just to be different. Move down for me or fade-ish since Monday. Lanto's one. He's one of the guys I'm just going to probably pass on to get rid of some of that ownership in my pools. He's in that range that I've been talking about. He's 8,700. I don't hate him. He's got one finish here. He got a 58th. Stats only ranks out 58th for me. And so at that price, going to be kind of owned. He's just one of the guys I'm going to cut loose and make my pool a little different not having him. And then Ryder, another guy that pretty decently owned this week. He's fallen on my rankings since Monday. Coming in with really good form, so I get that. But the overall stats, I think a lot of it's putting, but that's fine. I mean, that you can come in hot there. Okay history here, a 36 and a 42nd. At $7,400, I don't mind him. He's just a piece that I'm going to eliminate. He's in that next level of ownership. He's not going to be in the highest, but he'll be next. And so, again, I'm picking 5 to 6, 7 key guys out of the top, call it 30 owned, to kind of eliminate or be really light on. That's just how I get different. I talk about it all the time in Slack. And that's how I always do it. But those are the 2 I'm down on. Sleeper under the radars for me, KH Lee. I think he's been talked a little bit, but I don't know how many's actually going to click that button. He's probably going to be between 2 and 4% owned. He's 21st in my final rankings. Had a 14th here last year, so I like that. Up and down coming in, a miscut, a 41st and a miscut, but 28th in stats overall. He's 7,200, a great pivot off of a Sam Ryder type, $200 cheaper, 1/5 of the ownership. I just like taking those kind of leverage plays. And then Scott Stallings is one I think I mentioned Monday. Has a 13th and a 23rd here. He did miss a cut in 2017. He's coming off 2 miscuts, but when you dive into it, it was the Players and Honda. Very tough, difficult tracks. Stat-wise, he's 6th in bogey avoidance, 5th in accurate approach. If he can just get off the tee okay, and I think because you don't have to bomb it here, because no one's really reaching those par 5s and 2 anyways, maybe he gets some hot irons, and at $6,600 and probably 2% ownership, I think he's a good sleeper for the week. My leverage play of the week is going to be Fowler. We've talked about this before. I try to find that quote-unquote big name that can – ceiling is the win, right? He can win this tournament. I don't think at the end – I think we'd be somewhat surprised just because of the form coming in, but he had a 17th here last year. It was his first time playing it. It never really fit his schedule. He's going to be 2 or 3% owned. He needs a win to get to the Masters. A little bit of motivation. We don't have to be crazy on him. He's just an MME play, really. If you're doing 20-plus lineups – have 5%, and if he hits this week, you're double the field. If you want to get real frisky, have 7 or 8%, go at it. I just think it's a good play. $8,100 doesn't kill you either if he only makes a cut and maybe top 30s. If he's 17th again this year, he more than pays off the $8,100. So I just hope he finds something here. He is a good win player, although I don't see any wind advantage. There was some talk about that in the industry. The way that I've got it down to the hour, like there will be not much wind at all tomorrow for Texas, or especially South Texas. Not going to be an issue Thursday or Friday, really. So I'm not factoring any wave advantage in my stuff. One and done, my final 5 pool to wrap us up. Hoffman, Spieth, Palmer, Siwoo, and Cam Davis. 2 of those will be in my 2 lineups, and then the third I always reserve for myself. Last reminder, join us right now. Go check us out. Give us a try. We are adding and adding and adding the tools, the lineup generator, everything we add weekly. When you lock in, you lock in. So, use your 30% off. You don't get charged until a week from now. If you don't like it, cancel the day before it's up, and you don't have to worry about it. you're locked in for life. So as we continue adding to our entire tool chest, and then, you know, the content providing and all that, your price never moves. You can go ask the guys that joined up in 2019. They're still at that same one-time only offer, and they've stayed with us, you know, and they get to pay that nice price, but they're loyal. So, you know, that was part of the deal. But you guys are loyal as well. Come check us out. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul. You get a free week. You can check out Valero and the Masters, opening day MLB. No better time to check us out. Appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great week and a blessed day. Thanks.